today I'm going to be sharing with you a tour of my pantry. Now this is not your normal pantry. For those of you who have been following along with my channel, you know that we recently purchased our first home. If you haven't been following along, we purchased our first house about 2.5 months ago. We've been living here about a month and a half. So I've been sharing a lot of organizing projects with you to kind of get the house ready and geared up for fall and Christmas, because I love decorating and I think it's really fun to have everything organized before you start decorating for like all the holidays and stuff like that. So anyways, one of the biggest challenges I have faced in this house is the kitchen. It's a very, very small kitchen, which everywhere we've rented, we've always had small kitchens, but I've always had pantries to kind of help make up for a small kitchen, and I've always stored a lot of stuff in a pantry. This house does not have a pantry, so I definitely had to get creative, and I'm so pleased with the outcome. I wanted to make it look pleasing to the eye, because it's something you see as soon as you walk into the kitchen. So I wanted it to be functional. I wanted it to be able to hold all of our stuff. I needed it to be kid friendly because I have 3 kids. But I also wanted it to make it look nice and you know, suit my style. I love the farmhouse style, the rustic style, clean lines, everything to look clean looking. And I feel like I achieved that goal. So let me go ahead, and also everything I do is on the budget. So a lot of the stuff I had, or if I did purchase it, it was either super clearance or from the Dollar Tree. So let me go ahead and show you what I came up with. So I'm going to start at the top and kind of just work my way down and give you a brief overview of everything, and then I'll go back up and tell you how I organized it and where everything is from. And this is just like a huge shelf that, or I'm sorry, this is a huge wall that is in our kitchen, and it's a big blank wall. Eventually I'd love to do open shelving, but like I mentioned, I was really trying to work with things that I already had and trying to do this as inexpensive as possible because I didn't want to spend a lot of money on it. So let me go ahead and go through everything with you. That top sign is from Michael's. It was pretty much the first thing I bought when we were getting ready to close the house. Michael's had just come out with this really cute farmhouse style line, and I knew we're closing on the house. I knew we weren't going to have a pantry, and I knew I was going to do something. So I went and picked it up when it had like a really big coupon, and I just love it. I think it's so cute. So it says dry goods, general store notions, and I think it's perfect for the space. Everything is stored on an IKEA Billy bookcase. We already own the bookcase, so that's why we're using it. It's really thin, so it doesn't take up too much space, and really tall. We do have it bolted to the wall because we have 3 littles, so it's really important that it's bolted and safe for the kids. So let me go ahead and take you row by row, and then I'll show you what's on the side. So the top, I have these 2 cereal containers. Those are from Target. They have a line that is kind of similar to the OXO line, but a lot less expensive. So I picked those up. I think they were about $10 or $11 each, and they're huge, which I really like because sometimes we buy the big cereal boxes and a smaller cereal box container doesn't fit the big cereal boxes. So that's great. Those are from Target. Then I have some OXO containers with flour, sugar, almond flour, powdered sugar, and then one for the pasta in the back. All of these I had already. We got like a starter kit for our wedding, and then I bought some of the circle ones I got on clearance from TJ Maxx, because they clearance those out pretty often, and you can find them usually for like $10 on clearance. So that is the top shelf. I really like it. It's very functional. The labels were something I found at Michael's way before we bought this house, over a year ago. I've never seen them again since then, but I know sometimes Target will bring labels, and I know Amazon has similar labels as well. Then this shelf, this cookbook holder, my mother-in-law got me from Hobby Lobby. Then one of these jars I thrifted. The other 2 I got from Target. And then this I got like a little antique shop when we went on vacation in Georgia. So I have one for crackers, and then I'll just like, whenever this runs out, then I'll refill whatever crackers we have on hand. One for oats, and then one I just labeled snacks. That way I can constantly change it, and I have the freedom to put whatever snack I want in there. And this is really just for decor purposes. It's not like I'm not using it for anything. So yeah, I really like those jars. I feel like it adds a lot to the space, and it kind of changes things up. I like to change out the cookbook and things like that. Then the next bin, I love having a bread bin that is not clear, and I like the contrast of the white on the black shelves. Although we already had these black shelves, it's nice to have some of that contrast. So we do really keep bread in there. We don't go through the bread pack as quickly as the expiration date, so we do end up having to move the bread from the bread bin to the fridge. But when we first buy it, we always put bread inside there. And we also put tortilla wraps, and then like English muffins, any of those things. It's also a great place to hide things you don't want the kids to see, because it's high up so they can't reach that shelf, and it's hard to get to, so it's a good place to hide the things that we don't want them to see in our pantry. So it's huge, deep, I love it, it's great. I got it off of Amazon. Then I have some jars with different things. We have some brown rice, jasmine rice, pecans, and cashews, like any of our, like I actually buy a nut mixture with pecans, almonds, and pistachios, and I rotate between that and pecan, so I just put it in the pecan jar. And then the cashews, quinoa, coconut flour, we're currently out, but I do have a jar for that. And then we just have like some brown sugar, cocoa, baking soda, and baking powder all there. And the shells, like I said, I've had them for a while, so they're scratched up and scuffed, but from the eye you can't see, like, unless you get up close and everything like that. So I think it's totally fine. Then the next bins, you're gonna see this row and this row. All of these bins are from the dollar store. They came out with a really nice line of gray bins, and I think they're perfect for this space, and I feel like it goes well with everything. So this first bin, I didn't label anything just because I want the freedom to be able to change it. I feel like with the chalk labels, they do not go well with, I feel like with the Dollar Tree bins, they just are not friends with each other. Like, it ends up being a mess, and I just didn't want to deal with labels. So this first bin has just canned goods. The next one is like for condiments, jars, jarred things, honey, any drink mixes, that type of thing goes in the middle. This next row is like any extra pastas. Like, we keep like our open box of pasta here, but then if we get, like, Chris really likes the ramen noodle packs, so those will go there. If I buy macaroni and cheese for the kids, any of those types of things will go in that bin. The next bin down here is, these are applesauce pouches for the 2 big kids. Then this is baby food for Ella. Then this is pretty much like our dried fruit bin. So any raisins, fruit strips, fruit bars, like those types of trail mix, those types of things go in that bin. And then this is for baking mix. So I have like a paleo pancake mix. I have a couple gluten-free mixes. Any mixes will go in that bin. Then the last bin, the last shelf, are snack bins. So this one is pretty much salty snacks, and this is sweet snacks, and also some of it like Ella's snacks. This crate, my father-in-law gave to us. He had it on hand, and he said, hey, do you guys want it? And I said, yes, this is perfect for our pantry. So I'm not sure where he purchased it from. I do know Michael's sells similar ones that you can find there, but we got it. It was free to us. This bin is from the Better Homes and Garden line from Walmart. I already owned it. I already had it, but it is from there. And then I have here on the side these like cutting snack boards for the kids. I'll show you what they look like. We just have different animals. So we have like a turtle, a dog, and a whale. And these I purchased from Michael's. They were the kids' Valentine's gifts this year. We have them out so the kids can get them if they're going to be using them. So next I'm going to show you this side. This eat sign is from the Target Dollar Spot, I believe last year. I already had it and I thought it would go perfect there. This wreath is from Magnolia Market. I had a gift card one time and I had it. I had purchased it before we bought the house. This is a spice rack. My eventual goal is to get some really pretty like spice jars off of Amazon and put like all the common spices that we use on here. But like I said, I didn't really want to spend much money. So for now, I put on the top any glass spice jars that we have. All the plastic ones are put away in kitchen cabinets, and then as I buy the glass jars, I'll add it to the spice rack. And then this bottom shelf, I just have a grocery list pad and pen. So eventually this will change, but for now I figured this will work, and I wanted to go ahead and hang up the spice rack. I already had it on hand, but I thought it looked really good there. Then here I just have the kids' aprons. Then this little pail is from the Target dollar spot, and I just have some clothespins in there for like to clip any bags, things like that. And then I have measuring cups, and I usually have measuring spoons hanging there too. And those are from the Hearth and Hand line. So let me go ahead and show you the other side. Over here I have this Welcome to the Farmer's Market Fresh Produce that my mom picked up from the Target dollar spot for my pantry. Then these bins I picked up, I believe I got them 80% off from the Hobby Lobby spring line, 80 to 90% off. And I thought they were perfect for produce baskets. So this one holds any fruit, and this one holds our vegetables, and I really like them. And then here I just have a command hook and an apron hanging on the side. So let me give you one more overview of everything and how I organized it. Also, I always wonder how people store things in jars, if there's like extra things or not everything fits in a jar. And I have this big white bin above our fridge, and any extra things that don't fit in a jar or one of our containers, I put the excess in here, and then I just refill it once the jar runs out. So I've always wondered when people do pantry organization, like where do they put the extra stuff? So that is what I do. I have a big bin above the fridge, and it doesn't look ugly, and it looks clean, and you can't see any of the extra stuff. So I always remember to check here before I buy something new. So I hope you enjoyed this video and how I organize the pantry. Whether you have a pantry or not, you can still use a lot of these systems and a lot of these ideas. If you have any questions, and if I forgot to mention anything, let me know. And let me know if you don't have a pantry and how you make it work. I'd love to hear how different people make it work, whether you have a pantry or you don't have a pantry. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye!